Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? You wake up, go to work, come home, scroll through your phone, and go to bed, only to do it all over again tomorrow. On the outside, you're doing great. You're meeting deadlines, paying bills, and smiling in photos. But on the inside, it feels like the lights are on, but nobody's home. In psychology, this is known as the waiting room effect. It's a state where you aren't necessarily depressed or struggling, but you aren't truly living either. You're just functioning. Here is the psychology behind why some people are physically present, but emotionally absent from their own lives. 1. The trap of high-functioning dissociation. Most people think dissociation means losing touch with reality, but in daily life, it's much more subtle. It's a defense mechanism where your brain goes on autopilot to protect you from stress or boredom. You can drive an entire hour to work and not remember a single turn you took. You're functioning, but your consciousness has checked out. Psychology calls this cognitive bypass. Your brain handles the tasks, but filters out the experience to save energy. 2. Living for the future pivot. Many of us fall into the trap of when-then thinking. When I get that promotion, then I'll start traveling. When I lose weight, then I'll start dating. This is a form of procrastinated happiness. By constantly living in a future version of your life, you treat the present as a disposable bridge. You aren't living today, you're just waiting for a today that feels worthy of your attention. 3. The shadow of learned helplessness. Sometimes people stop living because they've been conditioned to believe that their efforts don't change their environment. If you've spent years in a job you hate or a stagnant relationship, you might develop a mild form of learned helplessness. You don't quit, but you stop trying to make it better. You become a passenger in your own life, letting the current take you wherever it wants because fighting it feels too exhausting. 4. Overstimulation and emotional numbness. We live in an era of dopamine flooding. When we aren't working, we are consuming short-form videos, endless news, or gaming. This constant stimulation raises our hedonic treadmill baseline. Eventually, normal quiet moments of life, like a sunset or a conversation with a friend, feel boring. You're not living because your brain has lost the ability to find joy in anything that isn't a high-speed digital hit. 5. The fear of vulnerability. To truly live requires a certain level of risk. It means being open to failure, rejection, and deep emotion. For many, functioning is a safety net. If you don't get too excited, you can't be disappointed. If you don't dive deep into your passions, you can't fail at them. Functioning is safe. Living is dangerous. The takeaway. If you feel like you're just a spectator in your own life, remember this. Your life isn't something that happens to you. It's something you participate in. The difference between functioning and living is intentionality. Stop waiting for a big moment to start feeling alive. Start by noticing the texture of your morning coffee, the way the air feels, or the sound of your own breath. Break the autopilot. Because at the end of the road, we won't be judged by how many tasks we completed, but by how many moments we actually showed up for. If this felt like a mirror to your current life, leave a comment below with the word present. It's a small way to tell your brain that you're checking back in. Subscribe for more deep dives into the human mind. Until next time, take a deep breath and actually feel it.